Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I almost didn't film this video today because when I woke up I was really bloated and feeling just really heavy, but I decided to do it anyway just to show you guys that yes, I bloat as well. I don't wake up every day with a flat stomach like a lot of people may think. I go through these issues as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely normal. So let's get right into the video. First things first, I just want to say, don't try to look like me or anyone else. If you're just trying to be fit and tone up here and there, then my everyday training routine, my training split may be too much for you, because I know a lot of women don't want too much muscle definition, and oftentimes people forget that I am a fitness trainer, so I train like a professional trainer. So comparing your body with mine or anyone else's and just trying to emulate that and beating yourself up if you don't meet those standards isn't really the way to go when you are on a fitness journey. It's all about following your own path, okay? Our bodies are all different. Our progression is different. Our results are going to be different. So just try to be the best that you can be. So let's get into it. Currently, I weigh 64 kg, which is about 141 pounds. I think that's a really good weight right now, considering the fact that when I first started, I was around 51 or 52. And I have been eating 4 to 6 times a day for the last month, and I've put on a bit of weight. I think I put on 2 kg in the last month. It's not too much, but that's great for me because my weight does fluctuate and it drops months back, and I knew that in order for me to meet my fitness goals, I had to up my food intake so that I could build more mass. So as you can see, I do look bigger. You may not see a difference, but I know my body, and I just look more bulky. Yeah, I do look more bulky, especially when I look back at my previous pictures from months back. I do look bigger. So my training has been pretty much very consistent. I don't struggle a lot with being consistent in the gym. I train 6 days a week and sometimes 5, but it's pretty consistent with the days. My upper body is where I'd say I've definitely improved the most in. I've been more consistent with training back, biceps, and shoulders and triceps, and I've been challenging myself a lot throughout my entire workout, so I've gotten more defined. You can see my traps, my biceps, triceps, my lats, everything. So I'm pretty ecstatic. I'm pretty satisfied with the way my upper body looks. I will continue to apply pressure and get the best results that I can get. It is quite difficult to build muscle and not gain some fat mass. If you look at my waistline in the picture right there, this was 2017. I think I had a smaller waist definition. I didn't have visible abs, but my waistline was much more smaller, and that is because I was leaner. I didn't have the legs I have now or the glutes that I have now, so I don't really care much about that picture. Now that I weigh 64, I've not only added lean muscle, but I've also added to my waistline, and that's because I am on a calorie surplus. It may not seem like much of a difference, but that's exactly what I'm trying to say. You should normally expect to see some fat gain when building muscle because of your surplus, which is why you'll often see people who build the muscle and then shred the fat in cycles or go on what we call a cut. So this is why it's very important not to eat crazy amounts of calories and to not overindulge. My legs have definitely grown as well. My glutes, I've been focusing a lot on just glute isolation, and I have been doing a lot of glute activation exercises before I go into my actual leg day routine, and I've seen a whole lot of difference, especially in the feeling. Like, my glutes have been on fire lately, and I absolutely love it. My thighs have gotten bigger, and everything has just increased, and I'm really satisfied, honestly. I don't really know the exact measurements because I haven't measured myself in about a year, but I would do that later and just know the number. But I'm not really crazy about numbers. I just go based off of how I look, and I think I look pretty good. So right now, I'm not looking to look like anything. I just want to maintain my weight and possibly lean out on the midsection so that I can have more ab definition. What I eat mostly consists of a lot of carbs and protein. I think my goal weight would be 65 or 66 kg, and once I hit that goal, I can then begin to cut from there and look my absolute best. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I've gotten bigger? Do you think I've leaned out more? Let me know. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to build muscle mass, basically how to gain healthy weight. So I will be giving you nutrition and training tips. So let's get right into the video. The overall process of determining how much food is required in order for you to build muscle mass is usually determined by checking your current eating habits, which includes what you eat, when you eat, how often that you eat, as well as your current training regimen. There are several apps online like MyFitnessPal, which is one that I use, that helps me count my calories and helps me make sure that I'm not going over my calorie limit. And you can download that app as well. It's really helpful. And if you're just starting out your fitness journey, or even if you have been on your fitness journey and you don't really know how to count your calories or how to manage your calories to fit your fitness goal, then I really suggest that you download an app that can help you with that information. The average individual's maintenance calorie falls between 2,000 to 2,500 calories a day. So your maintenance calorie is simply how much or how many calories that your body needs just to function properly every single day. So in order to build mass, you have to be on what we call a calorie surplus. And a surplus of anything simply means more than. So being on a calorie surplus means you eating more calories than what your body requires, or more calories than your body burns through physical activity. And for those of you watching this video that don't know what calories are, because I know a lot of people are new to their fitness journey and may not know much about fitness terms, calorie is just a fancy word for energy. The foods that we eat all have its specific calorie content. Some foods have higher calorie content than others, and some has relatively low calorie content. What a lot of people don't understand is that in order for me to maintain and progress with my journey or my physique, I have to be on a calorie surplus. Because I have a very fast metabolism, my body struggles with holding on to weight. So I eat 4 to 6 times a day in order to maintain my calorie surplus. And my meals every single day include 3 well-portioned meals and about 3 snacks a day. My weight does fluctuate sometimes. I dropped about 2 kg a couple months ago, and I had to up my food intake so that I could maintain my calorie surplus. I had to make changes, and I would eat breakfast, which is something that I normally don't do. I don't really eat breakfast. So I had to start waking up earlier, get my training done, make sure that I eat breakfast. And after breakfast, I make sure that I have a snack before I eat my lunch. And after lunch, I have another snack before I eat dinner. And after dinner, I have another snack. And then before bed, I might have a protein shake, or I might just have my protein shake in the morning and have another protein shake as my after dinner snack. So I made sure that I was eating at least 5 times every single day. I know that when a lot of women hear muscle mass, they get scared because they don't want to look too bulky or too masculine. However, that is not the case. When we say building lean muscle, that is what we refer to as gaining healthy weight. Muscle is healthy. You want more lean muscle in your body and less fat. The more muscle mass that you have, the higher your metabolism. You don't have to be performing any physical activity. You could just be lying in bed and chilling and watching TV, and you're still burning calories. And it's also very important that you understand that fat and muscle are not the same thing. Muscle weighs more than fat. I weigh 64 kilograms, and I could literally weigh the same amount as someone who has a higher fat percentage than I do. And that is because when you are building more muscle, your weight is going to go up. It doesn't go down. So moving right along, here are my tips for building muscle mass. 1, we just talked about calorie surplus. So that is tip number 1. You need to be on a calorie surplus. And the reason why you have to be on a calorie surplus and eat more is so that there's an excess amount of energy available to your muscles so that they can grow. These 4 to 6 meals have to be well portioned and well balanced. And also your snacks as well, they have to be healthy. So you want to make sure that you're getting in your protein, your veggies, your complex carbs, and your essential fats in your meals. And like I said, these meals should predominantly consist of good quality food. I mentioned before, you want your lean protein, you want your vegetables, you want those carbs in there, those essential fats. You want to make sure that your meals are properly balanced, because that is a determinant factor of how much fat your body is going to store. I've had girls do my Slim Thick challenge and come to me after like 2 weeks and say that the workouts that I gave them made them lose weight. The workouts are supposed to help you build muscle. So I asked them how often do they eat? And the answer is always usually once or twice a day. And that is the problem. You cannot train consistently every single day and you're not fueling your body enough, because this gives your muscle little to no energy to build from. Then you're training on top of it and burning more energy from the little that you have fed your body. Now, eating 4 to 6 meals a day may sound daunting to someone who's only used to eating maybe 2 or 3 times, or someone who's not really used to having a large appetite. But in order to build muscle mass, there's no way around it. You'd have to eat, because that is what your muscle needs. So what if you don't have a large appetite or you don't get hungry after several hours? What do? It's really not that difficult. Just make sure that you eat smaller portions of food and you space your foods out throughout your entire day. So you don't have to eat heavy meals every single hour or every single time that you sit down to eat. You can eat smaller portions of food and kind of like space them out. Also, another great tip is plan your meals beforehand. You should already know what you're going to eat before the hour comes. That's the same thing that I do. Sometimes I write down my meals so that I actually know what I'm going to eat, and I make sure that I have it prepared and ready to go at that time. It's just like waking up in the morning and not feeling like going to train and do your workout, but you know that you have to do it anyway in order to meet your fitness goals. Kind of the same way that you have to eat even when you don't feel like eating. When you know that it's been like 2 or 3 hours and you haven't had any food, you should try and still eat anyway. You can have like a light snack, but make sure that you're putting some fuel into your body so that you don't stay hungry for long periods of time. Now, some of you may ask, well, wouldn't eating so often and so many meals a day make you fat? And the answer to that question is, if your nutrition or your daily diet consists mostly of junk food, then yes, you are going to put on a lot of fat. However, if your meals, the 4 to 6 meals that you're eating every single day, is balanced and healthy, then you're going to store less fat and it's going to promote muscle gain. And one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people who are trying to put on weight make is by eating everything. Oh, I'm skinny, so I'm gonna eat more pizza, I'm gonna eat more French fries, more burgers, I'm gonna eat out more, I'm gonna just eat more snacks, more cookies, more cake, anything to make me gain weight. Remember previously I told you that fat and muscle are 2 completely different types of weights. Eating all of this junk is going to give your body little to no nutrients, because these are just high calorie foods and they're fast digesting, so they're not even going to make you full. Ever had a slice of cake? I've never had a slice of cake and have ever felt full. Anytime I have a slice of cake, I always want more, because it is a fast digesting carb. So they have really high calories. Your body benefits nothing from eating junk food. Remember that you want to gain healthy weight, so you have to minimize and cut down your intake of junk foods and high calorie foods as much as possible. So what are some healthy meal ideas to help you build lean muscle? Always make sure that you're looking at healthy protein and carb sources. Lean protein is found in white meats, white fish, chicken breast, salmon, tuna, things like this. Then you have your complex carbs, your veggies. There's so many different types of food out there that you can eat to help you on your fitness journey. We like to saturate our foods a lot, and that takes away the nutrients. So instead of frying your chicken and instead of frying your fish, try boiling it instead, try grilling it. That can make a world of difference. Foods that are usually packaged and preserved are most likely not healthy for you, because they contain a lot of different preservatives that helps or makes them last longer. So you want to make sure that you're eating real foods and whole foods as well. Whey protein can be really convenient and useful. I use whey protein, but if you're going to use any supplements, you still have to make sure that you have your food in order, because you can't rely on supplements. They're only there to aid you. They're not there to take over and do the work and give you the results. You still have to do the bulk of the work by making sure that your foods and your daily meals are in check. But I do recommend getting some whey protein, especially if you're struggling to put on weight. And if you're struggling to get in enough protein every single day from your foods, then definitely I would recommend getting some whey protein. And also to my Nigerians, you can absolutely eat swallow, you can eat rice, you can eat a lot of the foods that we eat here. You just have to make sure that they are well portioned and well balanced. Always have some vegetables with your foods. So here are a few other nutrition tips. One, you want to make sure that you're consistent with your meals and your snacks. Two, don't skip any meals. Don't restrict yourself and don't overindulge. Too much of a good thing can also be bad. A lot of people have their protein later in the day, but you also want to make sure that you're eating enough protein and veggies during breakfast as well. If you need more nutrition tips, if you need more food ideas, if you want a shopping list, if you want something to go by, I have custom meal plans available, and they are available for everyone. So it doesn't matter where you are, there is something in my nutrition plan for everyone. All you have to do is send me a DM or reach out to me via email. All the information is going to be in my description box. Now we're at tip number 2 for building muscle mass and gaining healthy weight, and that is weightlifting. A lot of people still think that lifting weights as a female is going to make you too masculine. So this has made a lot of women run away from strength training and just lifting weights. If you do this, you're gonna have too much muscle. Or why are you training? You're skinny already. You're going to have these naysayers in your ear, and you need to zone them out as much as possible. Weightlifting is the single most incredible thing that you can do for yourself as a female, because not only the physical benefits that you gain from it, but the mental discipline that it gives you. It's a combination of both. You want to make sure that you're eating right for your muscles, and you also want to make sure that you're training the right way so that you can define and tone and shape your body and look the best possible you. If you're looking to build muscle mass, doing too much cardio is not good for you, because too much cardio will eat away muscle tissue and you will lose more weight. So you want to make sure that you're strength training as well. Cardio is important. I'm not saying that you should not do cardio if you're trying to gain mass. Cardio is really great, especially for your heart health. So you do want to make sure that you're doing about 20 minutes of cardio a day. If your training activity is usually light weights and more reps, then you are more likely to tone. Whereas heavier weights with less reps or even more reps is more likely to help you build muscle definition and more muscle mass. Having a mix of both is very important. You don't have to go to the gym every single day and lift heavy. Definitely having a balance of both is very important. I have online workout programs with exercise guides, video demonstrations to help you on your fitness journey. So if you don't know what to do, I know the gym can also be a very scary place, especially for women, because there's so many different machines and you may not know how to use them. So if you need a guide, then feel free to join any of my online programs. I also have home-based versions as well if you do prefer to train at home. So just reach out to me and we'll get you on a program and get you started on your journey. And lastly, we have made it to tip number 3, and that is be consistent. I'm sure you're probably tired of me telling you all the time to be consistent, but I'm just as tired of you telling me how you have only been training for 3 weeks and you're not seeing any significant results. I never said that this journey was going to be quick or easy. I don't sugarcoat fitness so that it looks appetizing for people. I tell people the truth. I pride myself in honesty. I said that this journey was going to be worth it. Okay, so you're going to be so proud of yourself at the end of the day if you stay consistent and stay committed to your goals. So stick it out, enjoy the process, and I'll see you guys in my next video.